Oh, I feel like it's quiet in one ear. Hmm. Okay. I feel like the audio output is so low. I don't. I don't know if people just don't want to hear the game, but like the decibels it was at kind of makes me think that no one was able to hear it. It's plugged in all the way? Must be. Hmm. Okay, it said I was supposed to chase the girl in black's shadow. Is she on the lift? Oh yeah, of course. Just turn subtitles off. No fucking idea what's going on. Oh. Oh, now I can get to the fourth floor. All right. Oh god. Okay. Is there just the one or is there two? Hmm. No, it sounds like there's just the one. Oh my god, Liddy, you scared me. How was your Tuesday? My god, I was about to say how was your Wednesday. It's now Wednesday. No matter how much. My Wednesday wish it was good. Regarding the woman in isolation room, it's embarrassing to say this, but I simply can't remember her face. I have an impression that she's quite pretty, but I don't know what her face looks like. I can't remember it. This is unheard of for me. A nurse can usually remember a patient's names and faces very easily. She's the only one I can't remember. When I try my hardest to remember her face and focus on it, my pulse quickens and I feel as though I'm losing sight of myself. It feels like my mind is a radio and someone is playing with a tuning dial. What should I do? Am I really fit to be in charge of the fourth floor? I don't think I'm cut out for this position. Please consider transferring me to another task. I beg of you. Yeah. I feel like Tuesdays always just make me feel kind of... It's kind of negative. There's always meetings that I gotta go to and lead, and like I don't know. It's but also hello Switch. We did book our vacation, which is very exciting. So 4467. Or we booked the Thailand. My wife really wants to see those elephants. But we have to go to there's only like one elephant reserve that's like not cruel to elephants, so we'll have to find that one specifically. Or there's only a handful, I guess. I don't know why people gotta be so cruel to elephants. Yeah, gotta look for the happy elephants. I saw Masaki with that doll again yesterday. Most likely the patient on the fourth floor gave her doll to Masaki. Both of them diagnosed as having high spiritual potential. Okay, I gotta Moonlight Syndrome. I gotta answer this fucking phone. Do not call the patient by her name. Okay, yes, I will pick up the phone, please. Okay, why is it not letting me pick up the phone? For the love of God. Ugh. Don't forget about me. Don't you? Even if I forget myself. Yeah, we went to the Renaissance. There was a couple elephants there. And it just didn't... Just kind of put us in a mood of like, I think we should go. We were already... That was like right at the end of when we were there. But it's like, just really does not feel like it's it, dog. They weren't particularly mean to the elephants at the Renaissance, but you know, like kids are riding them and stuff, and it's just like, this doesn't really feel like what elephants... It's like they're really intelligent creatures, and it just feels... I don't know. And then they're in like... I guess they were mean to them, because they're in like really small... Not cages, but, you know, they don't have a lot of room to like walk around, and... I get it. Like, I get, you know, how you have to contain an elephant because they're giant and intelligent, but like, yeah. Why don't you blank her? Haven't I told you over and over that she keeps trying to drag me into her room? Come and see her if you don't understand what I'm talking about. She's something else now, isn't she? Her face keeps changing and she keeps trying to drag me in. She calls me, 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 she calls me. Yeah, there was no save point over there. Oh, shit. Oh, you want to actually fight, huh? Do you? You want to fight, huh? Do you? Well, let's take it out a fight. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but you're calling me, and you're calling me, and you're calling me, and you're calling me. Oh, whoops. Should have done slow. I don't know why I thought stun would be a better option. Okay, is she not dead yet? What the hell? Yeah, I did get, I was very surprised. I got Donkey Kong Bonanza, bananas, banana, ay, ay, ay. Oh, Jesus Christ. From Gamefly. Oh, God. Scared the hell out of me. Hmm. Right. Misaki and girl opening door. Hey, look, it's me, the girl opening the door. Oh, it's the assistant. Regarding the patient in the isolation room, I observed her again today, but I feel her symptoms have reached the point of hopelessness. For someone like her with such high spiritual potential, Moonlight Syndrome almost always presents with extremely severe symptoms. She may be the most extreme case yet. Her mind is on the brink of collapse. She's managed to cling feebly to some semblance of sanity by fusing her dolls and herself in her mind. The dolls, each reflecting a different part of herself, may be necessary for her to anchor her fluid and ever-fluctuating state of mind. Her fluid? It may be possible to use this doll transference approach to help the other patients deal with their chaotic memories. However, while giving her dolls may have some temporary effect, all it does is postpone the inevitable collapse. Director Hayabara is desperately searching for some way to help her, but he's already tried so many things. At this point, doing anything more might only cause her pain. Hey, I just met you. This is crazy. Here's my number. So call me baby. Bum, bum, bum. Well, that sounds just dandy. I should just go look. The person from the photo must be in this room after I just hear her screaming. Ah! Well, that must be her. You've come to see me again. She's having another episode. Quickly, get the director. Oh, gee, mini crickets. Hey, baby, what's going on over there? I'm just gonna look around quick while you, I don't know, do whatever it is you do. The patient in the isolation room on the 4th floor is stabilized somewhat, but there's no telling what might set her off again. And that nurse who called the patient in the isolation room the one with no face. She committed suicide a few days ago. For reasons as yet unknown, she ran into the isolation room and killed herself right in front of the patient. She had shown signs of being deathly afraid of the patient for a while. If she was so afraid, why did she charge in there? She had been warned about hanging around near the gate. When the nurse's body was discovered, the room was in an awful state, but the patient was just sitting on the bed, smiling. I can't quite remember her face myself. Something like this had already happened before, and now all the other nurses are scared. That gate isn't there to stop the patient from getting out, as much as to prevent her from having contact with anyone else. Oh, she's not there anymore. Okay. I don't want you to know the pain of those who have the souls enter into them, whose sounds are consumed. You're just like me, don't end up like me. Misaki, a world without noise, a world without noise, a world without noise. I offer my song to you. I put myself in the doll so that even I forgive myself. The me in the doll will tell me who I am. That was how I held on to myself. But today I asked it, what is my name? I asked and I asked, but there is no answer. Without the me inside the doll, the little ones inside me get upset. They eat my insides, then they sleep. They starving little ones, I can hear them waking up. My soul broken, I am descending. Damn, rap god, I'll take it. But probably not. What was I gonna say? Yes, I got Donkey Kong Bonanza from Gamefly. I was really shocked because it said like the stock was super duper low. And that's like one that, again, talk about a game that I will beat and then probably never play again. It will suck that I'll probably purchase the DLC though, and like, you know, then I won't own the game, but maybe, I don't know. I'll see. I've heard the DLC is fine. I was thinking about playing it on stream, but I played it for like a little bit. Just to check out the DLC, I guess. Because the cartridge from Gamefly doesn't come with the DLC on it. But I feel like, well, maybe I will not purchase it. But yeah, I played it for like 30 minutes just to sort of check it out, and like I just want to punch stuff, and it's not going to be entertaining to watch me just punch. Like, that's all I was doing for 30 minutes. I wasn't even looking at what was going on. It just was very calming. Kind of reminded me of Power Wash Simulator. Even though I do know that people stream Power Wash Simulator, I will probably not be the person that streams Power Wash Simulator. Even though the second one is coming out. But I plan on playing that with my wife. Because it has split screen co-op. They tell me I can't see her anymore, but it feels so nice to be together with her. Feeling myself break apart is nice too, but this is different. When our two sounds play together, it feels good and I don't feel sick, but they said soon I won't be able to see her anymore. I don't think I can stand it if I can't see her anymore. I won't know who I am, but Maya says that I'm still me. I feel safe because Maya's here. Maya's my special friend who stays with me. Mai meaning the sea, like in Misaki. Ya means the night, like in Sakuya. The two of us will always be together. Oh, interesting. Gotta go see the monkeys. Okay. That's true. The sea and the night are not always together. Found a panel with a picture on it. But when they are together, it's pretty wonderful. Also spooky. The ocean at night, pretty scary. Do you live near an ocean, Lenny? Oh, fuck, it's a sliding puzzle. Of fucking course it is. Okay. This is a big sliding puzzle. This might be one of the biggest sliding puzzles that I've done in a long time. No. I just know that some people, it's always interesting to hear others' experiences where they're like, oh yeah, I've never seen the ocean before. And it's like, I don't know. But that's always interesting to me, the experiences that some people aren't able to have just because of like their geographic location. It is big. Ocean? The ocean? Be pretty big. Okay. This is such a big sliding puzzle. I'm like actually shocked by the bigness of this puzzle. I didn't think anyone would have the audacity. Honestly, I think if it was smaller, I would agree that the numbers feel like cheating, but this is pretty difficult even with the numbers associated. So I will give that to them. That was probably a note that they had that they're like, this, like QA testers were like, they're not getting the puzzle. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. And maybe sliding puzzles are easy for other folks. I feel like I don't have a lot of difficulty with them, only because I did it a whole bunch in Resident Evil 4, because there's that one sliding puzzle that's like oh shit. Messed that up. What am I doing? What am I doing? I need to get 15 out of there. I guess 12 can be in there. Okay, I feel like I'm getting myself disorientated because I'm looking at it too hard. Okay. Okay. 9. 10. Now on 13, 12. So 12 needs to be in the corner. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh no, 13 needs to be in the corner. Okay. Nine, 10. Shit. Okay. Going in February. Shit, that's not right. Wait, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Oh. Oh my god. Poisoning. All right, try to text at the same time. Okay. Yeah, February and March, it's supposed to be pretty hot, but not at its peak heat. It's like right in the changing of seasons. Apparently it's like the main time to go if you don't want other people, you don't want to be super crowded, but that also means that it, like, they're changing of seasons, it's still going to be like 85 degrees every day. So and I think humid a little bit, but just like price wise, it was much more affordable to go during that time. And like, I don't ever know what I mean, I guess I understand it because families and stuff, but I would never want to go visit a place in like peak season. Like if I was to go visit London, it'd be cool to visit it in winter and not in the middle of the summer where there's a billion people. Or maybe not London, Paris. I probably wouldn't go to London, but that's what people love to do that shit. And it's like, I hate being in huge crowds. So like the less of that I can get, the better. When was the last time I heard it? The gentle sound of my own song. The human soul is nothing but sound, but there are so many sounds reverberating. I can't hear. The end of days is near. I can feel it. I'm glad my song came back, even just for an instant. Father, yo, Ayako, goodbye. Okay, was that all that I was trying to get over here? Just the song? Okay. Remember, Simba. Oh. Am I outside right now? The moon is falling. Oh, she's about to jump. Quick, take a picture. You all right? Ugh. I was outside when there was the guy who had to run around, but this feels more like real outside versus that where it felt very constrained and there was all those ghosts coming after me. A suicide note is left on the spot where the person jumped off. Fine. Okay, I'll try to take this seriously. Can we just leave now? Please, please let me go. I'm sorry I have to go on ahead of you. It's because of me, my body, this body that is so easily inhabited. I've caused everyone so much pain. When things take over me and I hurt everyone, I wake up and I don't even remember what I've done. I can't bear that pain anymore. I was able to stand it until now because you were there for me, but now I have moonlight syndrome and the only thing that could save me, my memories shared with you, are shaken. I no longer have any way to bear the pain accumulated in my memory. I would be so happy if this sickness would wipe out only the painful memories from my mind. I feel sorry for Sakia. She's just like me. My heart aches when I think that she might suffer as I have. Shigeto, you have to take care of her. The moon is getting brighter. Shigeto, Sakia, yo, I'm so sorry. I offer myself up to be guided by the moonlight. Moon. There's some really heavy writing in this one, which I find good. I really do enjoy it. Not that I like it being super. I feel like it's not going over the edge. We're right before it's about to get edgy, and they're keeping it away from there. You know that time right before you're edging? that's where they've managed to keep it. That's the sweet spot. I guess. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. Edging, yep. I got the hear upgrade. Does that mean I can hear something? Uses sound to alert you to special spirit presence. Okay. Oh, and I have 64 blue spirit stones. I feel like camera charging time. So power. No, I should go for sensitivity. Just go for sensitivity. It makes it much, much, much easier to actually take care of ghosts. And that really is the sweet spot for all media, right before what people would consider edgy. That's where you want to be with your media. If that's what you're going for. If it's supposed to be like dark, that it's like, and that you aren't like doing the full edginess, that you're like going over the top if you want it to be like that, where like some of the Friday the 13th kills are like way over the top, or to the point where they get like silly. What's the edgiest thing that you still like, Liddy? Let's try to think about this, because we talked about this yesterday, not specifically edging or edginess, but like stuff that we used to like that sort of has, you know, come and gone out of the life. And I was thinking like, okay, well, what's actually, because like Hellsing is something that I do enjoy. Like I think that is a really good anime, but also it's like way too edgy, honestly. And you just sort of really have to turn your brain off to actually enjoy it. And maybe you don't like anything. I mean, obviously, uh, as someone growing up as a man, as a teenage boy in the country, there was so much. I was, as a scene kid, I did the whole, thing. Ooh, Evangelion's a good answer because that is edgy, absolutely. And I do like me some Evangelion. I still need to watch the third movie. I liked the second movie. I thought the first movie, because they're like it's like a redo franchise, and I like this. I like the second movie, Evangelion 2.22 or whatever. I couldn't get my wife to watch it with me because she's like, we already watched Evangelion. I really do not want to. I do not want to do that because I don't know if when you watched Evangelion, because there's the original series and then there's the last 3 episodes, and they're like basically like a weird clip show, whatever. And we got to that point, so we didn't watch End of Evangelion until after we watched that. So it's all supposed to be going inside Shinji's head. So we're watching that and we're like skipping through it because it's like, it's basically just nonsense. And she's like, this is really turning me off of the whole thing. And I'm like, okay, let's just skip to the very end. And then when we got to the congratulations part where they're like, congratulations, Shinji, congratulations, she fucking cackled. She was laughing her ass off, and I was like, that really became a meme in the household, which I really enjoy. That, like, there's obviously memes or like on the internet that other people have, but for her, who is totally outside of that and has like not doesn't have that like background knowledge of it, where she basically is like, yep, this is the funniest part. But yeah, and then we watched the end of Evangelion, and obviously when Shinji, the end of Evangelion's probably the edgiest part, although Shinji does get to he does get to get off. So that was the end of the edging session. Congratulations. So funny. So funny. I'll be right back. Okay, back. I was trying to think of other edgy stuff. Evangelion. I mean, honestly, Naruto is one of those things. Yeah, South Park's pretty edgy. And Family Guy. Not that I still watch Family Guy, but some of the clips do still make me laugh. I mean, I laughed at that fucking subscriber clip thing, so like. Metalocalypse. I feel like Metalocalypse pushes it. Yeah. I mean, the blackface episode of Always Sunny is really the so But yeah, I feel like a lot of those, they end up at least being able to go over the top, so it's not just edging, which I love how I keep saying edging, that it's not just edgy. There's definitely a lot of anime that don't ever go over the top, and you wish that they would. Something happened yesterday as I lay gasping from the agony of the sore and black insects crawling around inside my body. I noticed the moon, reached out to touch that gentle light piercing the darkness. Then I realized I was standing on the roof, about to climb over the railings. One more step and I would have plummeted to my death. But somehow I wasn't scared when I realized this. If you ask me, anything goes on nights when the moon is full. Killing a loved one, choosing to end one's own life, all is forgiven under the light of the moon, and all is forgotten in the light of morning. That's what I think. That's why I don't want to go out on nights when the moon is full. Next time I do, I won't wake up as I follow the moonlight. I want to jump into the moon reflected on the surface of the ocean, reach out from the rooftops to touch it. I already know of 3 patients who have flung themselves off the roof when the moon was full. I wonder if I'll end up following them. I mean, Donnie Darko's pretty edgy. Donnie Darko and Fight Club, very, very edgy movies. Fight Club pushes it a little over the top, but also I've seen it so much, so maybe that's just me thinking it does, and it's to other people who just be like, yeah, this is fairly edgy. The other stuff that Chuck also wrote was pretty edgy. There's a lot of the Batman comics. A lot of those hit the Killing Joke. You reread that and it's like, oh, maybe this wasn't quite as good as I had remembered. But you don't understand. The Jonker is so fucked up. I think I have moved past the Jonker, like, pretty much completely. I don't ever think like, oh, the Joker is like the coolest, badassest guy. It is a loaded phrase. If you edge too much, you're gonna cripple yourself. Ooh, Zack Snyder films. This game, it definitely has edge, but I feel like we're not going crazy on it. I feel like we're not, like, mainly it's probably because of the ghosts, like the fact that you have to take pictures of ghosts. It sort of lessens the, like, although that last letter about the suicide thing, that was pretty edgy. Edgy does get a little weird. Dark theme, I guess when I think about it, I think of dark themes that aren't earned. I think that's sort of that's how I view it. Obviously that's not everyone's connotation on it, but that's what I think of, like Gungrave or whatever, like when it's like, I'm the most badass that's ever badass. My life is just tragic. You know, it's like it doesn't feel earned when a writer goes straight there. Or like if they give a character like a super sad backstory, but it's for like no reason other than to make the character seem more interesting. But yeah, I guess that's what I think of when I think of like being edgy. Records tell of a visit to Rugetsu Isle at the turn of the century by one Professor Kunihiko Aso. He invented various devices for communicating with the dead, but their efficacy was never proven, and in modern times his theories are treated as mere pseudoscience. Reading his writings, I found that many of his thoughts were about the masks of this island. Some of his ideas are fragmented and erratic, but many are also bold and exciting. According to the professor, the masks of Rugetsu Isle are designed to affect the mind of the wearer. Humans are easily influenced in this way, like when one sees someone laughing and feels like laughing oneself. Professor Aso's term for this is emotional transference. He postulates that masks refine this process, controlling the emotions of those who see them, just as the moon represents the inner masks represent singular states of mind. The professor describes his experience of seeing a girl who despite never having so much as lifted a flute before, played a tune on one immediately after putting on a mask. His theory is that the masks either stimulate specific parts of the unconscious mind, or that they behave as a type of medium for memories. The ideas of masks as a medium for conveying memories is certainly intriguing. The professor further proposes that masks allow experiences to be shared in a way similar to modern wireless communication. He loses me when he starts talking about how the ultimate shared experience is death, but the rest of his theory is most illuminating. Professor also used the arts and materials of mask making on Rigetsu Isle to create his camera obscura and the film it uses. Really? Okay. The camera is in the Asa Museum. I would very much like to look at it and see if it truly holds such powers as are ascribed to it in this document. I guess, I mean, that would make sense that he didn't just make it from full scratch, but like, it's a camera. I don't, like the lens I thought was the... And he made like 20 of these fucking cameras. I don't know if they should have put that in there, but hello. Oh god, oh god. Nope, now he's going berserk. Oh, that did not kill him. Okay. See, Switch is pretty edgy. Yes. Switch always be posting Joker pictures with quotes on them that the Joker didn't say. A putrid rotten stench hangs in the air around the trash cans. I wiki, I zany, I'm a edgy man. I feel like the best example of like how to define edge is manga and anime that involve death games, besides Battle Royale. That one is edgy, but I think that's to great effect. But other ones that are just like, it's the death game, and everyone's really fucked up, and like, that's what I always think of when I think of edgy. It is, yeah, no, you're right. I do think that it's in the eye of the beholder, you know, for who, how you would use it. Like, it's not something that is a commonality between everybody, because yeah, just like gimmick, like, isn't everything a gimmick? Gun a gimmick, you know? Like, you can get pretty like in a video game that a gun could be a gimmick. Shooting is a gimmick, but yeah, I think if we wanted to get somewhere with defining edge, at least per this chat, I would need to get a I would need to make a tier list of what I believe is the most edgy edgy material. Just write a dissertation quick. I have so many points. I keep thinking that I'm not supposed to have this many. Yeah, Filthy Frank. Very edgy. He, from what I remember, I didn't watch a lot of his videos, but he did go over the top, but, I mean, you know, like Jackass does that too, where it's like, especially the earlier Jackass, where it's like, okay, so you're just like going, oh, and, again, some people are much better at this, but like when I think of like bad edge in that way is like people who do the like street interviews where they say, I don't know, just weird stuff to people. Like, I don't know, there's so many examples of it, but like that's like, oh, look, I'm pushing the boundaries of like what is okay to talk about in society, even though they're just like asking drunk girls if they would like do butt stuff. I'm trying to think of, when does edge stop and insanity begin? You know, like, when does it go from being edgy to just being, oh, that's something that a crazy person is doing? Like, so, like, it's just too beyond the idea to fit in the box of, like, edgy. Because, like, I feel like the Joker is just edgy. Like, he's just an edgy person. But someone like... Okay, now I gotta think of, like a media killer who's just, like, an insane person. Nothing's coming to mind immediately, but I'll probably be able to think of something. Not that I necessarily need to think of something, I just think that it's very interesting. Yeah, and I was gonna look up... I'll just do that because I remember it. It's like, oh, I'll just look it up later. No, I'm going to forget. Let's see. Fatal Frame sales numbers. Because Maiden of Blackwater was the newest one, and that game had a very weird limited release on the Wii U, because it was originally for the Wii U, and you could not buy Maiden of Blackwater in America on a disc, even though it was like 28 gigabytes, and the Wii U only had like 32 gigs of internal storage, which you could always just get an SD card, but like, you know, there was some weird stuff where you'd have to download it, and the Wii U downloader is like fucking bad. So I'm curious if that ended up actually doing okay. It says I'd have to look up each. Okay, Maiden of Blackwater sold 340,000 units. When was this? This is in 2022, so more people have probably bought it. They said the top selling one, which has to be the first one, only has 1.2 million in sales. Oh no, all 5 games have only sold 1.2 million units? That's... Really? Oh, in Japan. Well, I mean, I guess America couldn't have sold... Hmm. That makes this so much more interesting. Well, there's a couple spin-offs. They were gonna do a movie, but they never did, and that was like in 2014. Um, that is very interesting. Only 1.2 million units. Wow. Is this my file? 310, waning moon, room 310, waning moon, age 7. Patient's moonlight syndrome has shown some signs of improvement, but treatment has been more difficult than anticipated due to the added factor of her high spiritual potential. Hers is a severe case. Based on similar cases such as the isolation room patient, there is no way to halt the deterioration. Clarification of her treatment plan is urgently required. God, for all 5, they only sold 1.2 million. Which now must be closer to like 1.3 or 1.4, but... Man, for 5 games with re-releases, that is so nuts. And like games that I would consider good. I mean, especially in the horror genre. When how much did how many copies did Silent Hill series sell? Is there a graph I can look at, please? Okay, that graph doesn't fucking... It had a picture on here, but now that picture is gone. Okay. Why does Reddit show a picture, but then when I actually click on it, it doesn't? Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to trust whatever AI says on this one. It has sold over 11.7 million copies worldwide. No, not really technical difficulties. I was very interested in, I was looking at what the total amount of, like, what the sales were for this game and the rest of the Fatal Frame series, and collectively, I didn't. I mean, I usually just scroll past it. Oh, an old Reddit? No, I've not tried that. But yeah, Fatal Frame only made they only had 1.2 million sales for all 5 of their games, including re-releases, which is, it's like, it's really hard for me to grasp that. But then again, I guess the Silent Hill games really only sold so many as well, which I'm I think I heard a little bit about the Pokemon leaks, but I did not hear. I probably saw them and then I thought, I don't know if I care about this. That's usually every time I see Pokemon stuff where I'm like, I'm sure someone really cares about this. That someone ain't me. Yeah, I mean, I know about this series because it's I've watched a lot of videos about video games in general. And I really, I mean, we did that whole thing where I Googled just like, I have that horror game list, and I only thought there was 3 games. Like going in, I'm like, okay, there's 3 games. The first one, the second one, and Maiden of Blackwater. And I was just super wrong. It's like, even in my limited research, I messed up the knowledge of the game. But even in Japan, they don't sell that much. Oh boy. But I will say that Fatal Frame 1 really is one of the scariest games I've ever played. My strat of just looking around me really fast. Oh, come on. I should have hit you. Yep, now she's going sicko mode. Hell is she? Where the hell is she? Oh. Gosh, she's got a lot of health. And down. Okay. Yeah, Pokemon is one of, it is the most profitable franchise of all time. Like, it's so nutty that, like, their whole thing, their whole ethos is crazy. And maybe, you know, honestly, maybe their idea is that if they keep the bar low, then it doesn't really matter how good the games are, because then, like, well, if you have no expectations, then, you know, you can't get mad at us. That's why they keep trying to sue everybody, because they're like, don't make people think that these games could be better. 13 million? That's crazy. That is so low. Holy shit. Dude, that's like 2008 game price. Like, that's from, oh my god, that's like probably how much BioShock cost to make, adjusted for inflation. What went on here? Why was I involved? Misaki Aso. 1 week has passed since the failure of the rite of descent. By avoiding external stimuli and bathing them in the moonlight of the Moonglow well, the condition of the organs has been stabilized. However, Misaki is still hanging on by a thread. Her condition might suddenly deteriorate for any number of reasons. She could die from shock brought on by mental trauma, or, in the worst case scenario, even blossom. There's no predicting what might do it. Sounds, smells, words, the phases of the moon. There is so much we don't yet now understand. But the probability remains high that remembering events leading up to and including the rite of descent will be what pushes her over the edge. Addendum. While observing her, she's repeatedly raised her hand to my face and stroked it. It appears she has not entirely lost her memory. Oh shit, no, I definitely don't want to use my most powerful one. Grisly-looking instruments are arranged at the head of the bed. Besides them lie syringes, forceps, scalpels, drills, and other surgical instruments. Yeah, Lucius, Lydia and I were discussing, edginess as a concept, and we were talking about edgy properties that we still enjoy. We were talking about Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I was talking about Hellsing, because talk about a property. Hellsing Abridged, fine. Regular Hellsing, the edginess is like coming out the ears. So that pretty much catches you up on what we were talking about. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back. That's crazy. That is like, that budget is insanely low. Like, actually offensively low, I think. Like, movies in the theaters cost $100 million to make. And video games are supposed to be like interactive experiences. Like, obviously you don't have, well, no, you do pay voice actors. I suppose that's how Pokemon really cuts the budget down, is that there's no voice acting. Masaki being led. Literally, the Detective Pikachu movie costs probably 5 to 6 times. The Detective Pikachu movie probably cost as much of the budget of all of the other Pokemon games combined. Oh, fuck. Stay in the frame. Say cheese. Okay. No idea why that happened. Scared the hell out of me. God, I really wish I would have spent some money on her lens. Oh boy. This is the run button. Oh, I got a double kill. Nice. True, yeah, you are correct. The design of this game, I wonder who the main director of this series has been, because like it feels like it's just such a specific vision in a way, like a very, especially like a specific sort of Japanese vision. That like, I don't know. It feels like everything that's on screen is incredibly intentional, and that it doesn't feel like there was a budgetary reason, or which, like, especially, you know, compared to like Silent Hill F that we were talking about. Which, speaking of which, have you gotten any further into Silent Hill F? F is for friends who do stuff together. There's a tattered old box here. Those who undergo the training of the primeval passage, being such a deep cavern as befits its name, by the Moonglow Well, whilst those spirits return to their body. Such training doth cause that they lose both themselves and the shape of their souls also. Thus some remain void, failing to have their souls return. If they should return to this world while thusly void, they may blossom. Only light of moon canst guide back their spirits. Thus bringest thou such bodies to the Moonglow Well, being that place where the light of moon is kept, and therein canst thou find the spirits. Those who, becoming void, lose themselves, must bathe in the moon's light in the Moonglow Well. Thus done, though lost, they may be recovered. That's it. That day. You don't have to think. Don't think. That day. I was brought here that day. I left something important behind. I've got to find it. My precious. I have to go back. Yeah, the other games are really short too. I know that there's a lot of replayability. There's like mission modes and stuff in the other games, but if you were just trying to do the mainline story and maybe get a new game plus or whatever, yeah, 13. I suppose yeah, that would be the 24 hours. That'd be 2 playthroughs. So, but yeah, that's this game and the last game. The last game was 13 hours, but a lot of that time was padding. I should remember something. And that part really sucked because it was like, I feel like the parts that weren't padded would have, like if they took the padding out, it would have been so, it would have been a nice, tight experience. Versus this one where all of the content here feels like it doesn't feel like it doesn't even feel close to how much padding there was in the last game, because that one had so much retreading the same area in the same rooms with the same characters, not even just the playing as the different characters. But yeah, I'm about 7 or 8 hours into this, I think. My time clock on here is a little messed up because I pause it too much and, you know, leave it running, but put on this mask. You'll be an organ in the rite of descent. Uh-oh. That girl about to blossom on me? Oh, shit. I pressed the wrong button. Man, this is really not going well. There we go. God. Man, I am really fucking up this boss fight. Oh boy. Oh boy. Not good. I think think Digimon, obviously, yeah, Pokemon is like a bad, you know, nothing's gonna be as big as Pokemon. Probably not in our lifetimes, at least not in the same way. Maybe Labubu's, I guess. But, I think Digimon has found its niche in having another new game that sort of is a good, makes me want to play it, you know. Yeah, minimum of a decade. And it has to be a really good decade for them. Because, you know, Pokemon, as far as I know, never had a moment where it was slow. Like, I feel like sales were just grew and grew and grew like every single year. Yes. Even when the rest of Nintendo wasn't doing well. Yes, that's it. So you finally remembered. What's her name? Sakuya. Yeah, she's me. From today, she'll be Misaki. Let's call her Mia. Okay. She is you. Take good care of her. As long as you have her, you won't end up like me. Goodbye. This is me. You are me. We're together. It'll be okay. As long as I'm here. Oh boy. Sakuya. Okay, okay. I think I understood what happened there. It's a little confusing, but I think I understood it. That Sakuya, she sort of renamed herself Misaki, but then she had her doll, who was an imaginary friend, but then she also had an older sister person that sort of was with her. Interesting. Her memories are all screwed up. That's... When Ruka hears the music box in her room, childhood memories come flooding back. Her family home, her mother, Sayaka, and her father, mask artisan Soya, whose face she was still unable to remember. Coming back to reality, she finds the organ mask made by her father. This same mask had been placed on Ruka's face by her abductor 10 years previously. Reading her mother's diary, Ruka discovers that Sayaka suspected her husband of planning to use the missing girls in some kind of ritual, and of being involved in the whole kidnapping incident. Ruka now knows why her mother left her father, but when she stands in the cave beneath Hayabara Infirmary, she's overwhelmed by the feeling that she has been there before. Back then, I feel like I was here forever. Your mother sent me. Everything will be okay. I feel like I melted into nothing at that moment. Your mother sent me. Everything will be okay. Take this. That half the mask, or third of the mask of the Lunar Eclipse. Descent. Ruka Minazuki. Phase 9 of 13? I was taken here from somewhere. I remember walking along a dark path. Let's see. 9, 10, 11, 12. There's only 12. Okay. And then the last ones are usually just the boss fight. So there's really 11 that I'm looking at, plus the final fight. Oh shit. Okay, really should have. Oh, Blast only uses one. Hell yeah. I forgot that I upgraded her a lot. Playing as 3 characters is annoying, but when you get back to your main that you were pretty sure that you were going to do the end of the game with, say you leveled her up a ton more, well worth it. Yeah, Lucis, were you watching more Digimon? Digital monsters? Those who are the champions? I remember being taken through here to the place just ahead. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Change into digital champions too. Obviously, like, I want you to use Plex. What? But I'm always curious when something isn't available on another streaming platform. So is the new Digimon, is that like not available on traditional like Hulu or whatever else you use? Because I'm always curious if like Crunchyroll, the 2020 remake thing, Fallen Rock, because you were watching it on Plex. That's the only reason I was asking. Fallen rocks block the path. There's a small hole it might be possible to crawl through. All right. Yeah, because I would imagine Beat Breakers would be on something. I mean, brand new anime. You'd hope that it's available. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Did they... I didn't even think to check. Let's see if I can actually spell Digimon 2020. Multiple subtitles. Sub-release. Did they do the dub for the more than the first 13 episodes? Did they dub the... Because I had just downloaded it. I guess the ones that were available, and usually if dual audio is available, they will put it in there. But yeah, they might not have 1080p Hulu. Or let me check something. Oh shit, yeah, no, I did not download the dub for the other episodes. Let me do that. That's actually pretty funny. I don't know why I didn't think to do that. Yeah, 13. You can say stuff. Like that, I legitimately, I want it to be good. Like, you know, I want it to be, like if there's an issue, I want to know about it, because then, especially if, well, that'll give me some reason to watch it too. But yeah, why did they pull the dub? Let's see. I'll not make it a dual audio. Also, digital timers. Looks like be canceled. Da, 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 da. Yeah, is there... What's the reason that the dub was pulled? Dub pulled. Expiring licensing agreements. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Excuse me. Well, can you watch it anywhere then? Yeah, because some people were saying on Hulu, but I think they're misinterpreting the question. Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, no longer available. This was posted in... They said it's available on Hoopla, which is free with a library card. That sounds like a lot. So yeah, it's yeah. I'll just update the episodes that are on there. But no, seriously though, any time that Plex has an issue, or if there's something that you want added on, or like a question about something, just shoot me a message. Like it's something that I enjoy doing. So, you know. Was there something over here? There is. Ooh, Type 90 film. Say less. What's the map looking like here? Goofy. Like a little maze. Oh, all right. That was alarming. Okay. Does this just lead straight down the middle then? Yeah, okay. So that I'm assuming is the end of it. This is probably a dead end over here, but I figure I might as well check since I don't think that I'd be returning to this area just based off the size of it and that it's not really integrated into the rest of the maps. I might come here through with the guy, but he already explored most of what I think is going to be his. I did get a sacred water. Hey, Trembling Islander. How's it going, buddy? Found a piece of paper with a message scrawled on it. She's coming. Everyone who saw her blossomed. That woman, that woman, that woman, that woman, that woman, that woman. We came down here to get away from her, but she's coming. Her face, can't see 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 face. Can't see that face. Can't see that face. Anything in this place. Oh God. Ay, caramba. There we go. Got a combo in there. Alright, anything drop over here? Nope. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Change into digital champions too. Save the digital world. Digimon, digital champion. Really making me trek around here. Goodness gracious. Uh-oh. See anything over here? Really wish there would have been a save point. What do I got for items? Okay. Those are probably okay. Camera Obscura. I'm at 49. Restored spirit points. Spirit increases spirit points received. Camera charging time. I feel like camera charging time would probably be what I go towards, and I upgraded blast all the way. Yeah. Alright. Oh shit. Okay. Whoops. Whoops. This is an immortal. Forget about that sometimes. I think I didn't use a fucking 90 on her. There's an old-fashioned bound book here. On the Isle of Rogetsu, there exists a cavern called the Primeval Passage. This cavern hath been a training place for maidens since Byakuya, being the ancestor of the vessels who holds concords with the moon, hadst a vision in this cavern whilst at her training. Entering the cavern where no light reaches, the maiden retained her own essence whilst cleaning her mind of all things of the world, becoming empty, and dying and returning to this world in rebirth, being thus the training of the Rogetsu Primeval Passage. Many of the maiden women will lose their mind, as only few can withstand the training and obtain spiritual concourse. Ye shall not let those women unfit to be a maiden undertake training in the Primeval Passage. Shit. Honestly, easiest just to take him out with a blast. You really don't need the red spirit stones for her. Man, this area is so different compared to the rest of the game. I feel like I'm actually dungeon crawling. It's all because of that damn mask. That mask isn't a thing of this world. It belongs to another place. What kind of disaster has that mask brought to this island? It has brought about the day of tranquility. Everyone lives and becomes as the dead. You absolutely must not look upon that face. Jeez. Can you all leave me the hell alone? disappeared. Yeah. Can a woman get some privacy in here? Oh. Why, they? Woman in Primeval Passage. She gonna be an attack ghost? Yeah, of course. Yeah, she's got a good amount of health. Shit. She did not turn around in the way that I needed her to. That is really annoying. Okay. And down. And let me see. Almost there. I'll have to delete those other copies of the Digimon 2020. Stay away! Leave me alone! Oh, fuck. Get the fuck away from me, please. Bonanza. Looks like some people were blasted into the sides of the rock face. Probably best to just keep moving. Accompanied by a maiden known as a guardian, I shall observe one of the most important Kagura festivals in the country and test out the camera obscura. This Rogetsu Kagura starts as a gentle dance and becomes more and more intense. It is said that, at the climax, many people collapse from the intoxicating excitement. Some also suffer from a condition known as moonlust at the time of the Kagura. This moonlust may be caused by the soul not returning completely after becoming one with the spirits during the trance state of the Kagura. It may also be caused when the soul returns but is changed. As the guardians are of a bloodline that is easily possessed by spirits, they undergo training before the Kagura. I have heard the legends of the guardians, and they are most fascinating. They say that, to the dead, the souls of the living appear like bundles of noise called moon sounds, which are different from everyone. The moon sound becomes higher when one is angry, trembles when one is confused, and becomes lower when one is sad, but its music never changes. However, if a person suffers from moonlust, their moon sound becomes distorted and broken. As superstitions go, the idea that people are made of music is an attractive one that is more to the legends of the guardians. The maidens themselves have the role of playing various melodies in order to preserve the proper moon sounds. These melodies cannot cure moonlust, but they are said to be able to treat various conditions. The idea of curing disease through prayer is not unusual, but even in my extensive research of the supernatural, I have yet to hear of direct healing through music. The guardian maidens say they can hear my moon sound and that it's a pleasant one. Despite saying some strange things, all of the priestesses have surprisingly modern mindset and are kind, intelligent, and beautiful. I do so wish they could accompany me to my next destination. All right, man, you're a little bit of a perv. That's fine. Glad he isn't like Master Roshi pervert level, considering he's really the reason that any of these games could exist. That it's like, yeah, there's this one guy who just like made a camera that can kill ghosts. Yeah, Master Oshi becomes more and more of a problem every passing day. Yeah, Master Oshi probably should have been murdered at some point. You know, Master Oshi would have gotten on Epstein's plane. You know what I mean? Oh my god. Master Roshi, that's the island. It's Master Roshi's island. Congrats, Goku. You finished your training. Now face me. Oh no. Master Roshi died. What a tragedy. The Regetsu Kagura will be held tonight in the Temple of the Lunar Eclipse. Please come to the stage by 10 p.m. Note that, during the performance, the door to the temple will be sealed and no one will be allowed in or out. The eclipse is expected to begin around midnight, after which time leaving your seat will be strictly prohibited. Also, all those who wish to watch the Kagura must receive a mask at Shugen Temple and wear it at all times during the performance. Whoa! Oh, wow, they disappeared real fast. Okay. I mean, and Master Roshi's problematic nature does kind of, you know, make you... It's like you never want to speak ill of Akira Toriyama just because he did a lot for the manga industry, but also... Also, he created a lot of characters that had some questionable situations. What are you playing, Lucis? Digimon? Those who would be champions? The noise coming from behind the door. I've heard it before. Hell yeah. I think I beat Rugrats The Search for Reptar not that long ago. A surprisingly little amount of time ago, I should say. Bop 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 bop. All that Rugrats music. I mean, it is interesting. I did the same thing when I was like, I really want to play the Rugrats game, and I remember playing it, and it's like an hour long. It's a little bit more than that just because of how goofy it is. But yeah, it's definitely, I love doing those little nostalgic experiences that are like, yeah, this is about as good as I remember it being, but like I remember it very distinctly, you know? Those are some of my favorite video game memories, which I think I've not lived through all of them, but the main ones that I was super nostalgic for as a child, I've since played through. This is the stage where the Kagura dance was held. Oh, yeah, I see why there's an auditorium in here. Okay. Hmm. She's blossomed. How? Okay. Spooky bitch. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, maybe she doesn't have that much health that I need to be doing that, but... Or maybe I do. She's kind of a menace. Okay, why did that do no damage? Okay, I know that I didn't have a charge, but I feel like that still should have done something. God damn. Shit, and straight into that. Okay, does that get rid of all of them? No, it does not. God, I really thought I was gonna be okay since I took out the main one. There we go. Whew. Jesus. The hell of a boss fight. I suppose there was 5 of the kids and then one of the main girl. Okay, the organs and the main one. Okay. Okay. I get why there was so many of those to kill. I was taken away during the Kagura that day. Down here. Deep, deep down. So deep. That's right, because they were doing the Kagura, but they also wanted to do like the other ritual. Yeah. Yep. That'd do it. That makes sense why all of the people died and became ghosts, because the one guy wanted to do the more ancient secret ritual that's the true ritual instead of just the regular one, I guess, that they had been doing to appease the spirits for a while. I'm really glad I had upgraded her stuff, because like that would have been that was already a brutal fight. You mean all grown up? Yeah. They also made a 3D Rugrats show, which is also strange. All grown up, I really wanna shout it out. All grown up with you. Apparently it did really well. And I think that was because obviously the age range of people who had watched Rugrats were about that age. They're, but that they would have been like 13 by the time All Grown Up came out. I still think that Rugrats is a better show in general, but maybe it's because it just follows babies and you're like, oh, well, babies are silly. An organ for the right of descent. When you follow teenagers, it's like, ugh, teenagers. Oh, teens. I don't know how to talk to teenagers. They say weird things and they call me bald. Was that father just now? Oh, God. Okay. Is there anything over here? I don't see anything. God, this area is huge. Okay. Is she a ghost or is that the actual person I'm looking for? Yep, she's a ghost. Ooh. Maybe. I think so. The altar is cordoned off with ceremonial robes. Some kind of ritual must have taken place here. Yeah, I'd say so. This looks like we're full of rituals. Rituals, rituals, rituals. Got more Type 0 film. It makes me feel like the ending is coming up faster than I'm anticipating. Found an old book. The mask of the vessel must have incited a face removed from a deceased person who butteth not. The face, being placed in the Shugen temple, must bathe in the light of the moon for one night. In the chamber of the mask artisan, the face is peeled off the body of the deceased and then so tanned. All the while, the moonlights must shine upon it. Cool. They literally had to just tear off a face quick. Father was always in there. Okay, this is just locked still, yep. Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything else I can look at. So yeah, returning from temple. I'm surprised by how little ghost hands there have been compared to earlier in the game. Well, I guess there's only like 3 times that happened, but maybe it's how you approach items that determines if there's a ghost hand or if you don't kill all the ghosts in the area. I don't know. This place. Is this my home? Oh, and that was the end of the chapter for her. Okay. So that was the end of chapter 9. I think. So we're on to 10. Yes, okay. So 10. So 10 and 11 are the last 2 real chapters, and then the final chapter is 12, but yeah, I'm imagining these 2 will be fairly long. While investigating Hayabara Infirmary, Choshiro discovers that the procedures performed on its patients were both inhumane and illegal. They're being used as test subjects by director Shigoto Hayabara to some unknown end. Shigoto's son, Yo, was also complicit in these crimes, but why was Shigoto so obsessed with finding a cure for Moonlight Syndrome? The biggest clue so far is the Rogetsu Kagura ceremony. With the Kagura being the main cause of Moonlight Syndrome in so many patients, the Hayabaras believed that its mass and music held the key to a cure. The Kagura was also being held on the day of the girl's disappearances 10 years ago. Is this more than just a coincidence? And who is the woman in the disturbing picture painted by one of the patients of Rogetsu Hall? Yeah, so I imagine it's Chishiro. Choshiro. Oh, that's right. I forgot this was the last thing that I did. Okay, I am actually super tired though, so I think I am going to head to bed, or at least get ready for bed, or just go lay down in the bed because I feel like I'm really sort of hitting a wall here. Well, I will also get the Digimon dubbed version replaced here, probably in the next like 10 minutes. So, otherwise, Lucis, good night. Hope you all have very sweet dreams and that your father doesn't, use a corpse's body to make a mask out of.